Hey, what is up, guys? Joseph here, and this is going to be a viewer-requested video as suggested by Jackal Gold Kick. Thanks for the suggestion, man. And he suggested a video talking about the worst Walking Dead characters in a TV show. God, there's a lot of them. Number 10 is Patricia. Now, Patricia. Man, I didn't hate her. I know that's where it sounded like I was gonna go, but I mean, she was just there. Like, the only thing, the only reason she's not higher is because she saved Carl's life. If it wasn't for that, she would have been a lot higher. Uh, so I mean, other than that, she was pretty useless and forgettable. I mean, saving Carl and the her death is the only thing that I can remember about her. If there was one person more useless than Patricia in season two, it was Jimmy. Literally, he added nothing to the story. He was just there to add a casualty to that when the walkers attacked Herschel's farm. That was all he was made for, was adding a casualty to that walker attack. Other than that, his death didn't really cause Beth to become the character she does later on. What was the point of Jimmy? Number 8 is Jackie. Again, what was the point of Jackie? I mean, she was a weak character. I mean, she took the easy way out before the show even got, before the stuff happening, before the events really got bad. I mean, it was bad, but I mean, if she would have done this, if this would have happened, her death would have happened around this time period, she would be a decent character at best, or at worst, at least. But she took the easy way out before the going even got tough. Uh, I mean, she was forgettable. Jim was more memorable than Jackie was. Everybody was more memorable than Jackie was. I mean, I would wager to say that any other uh, character would be recognized, remembered faster than people would remember Jackie. She was just forgettable. She only had, was she in the first episode? 5 episodes, or 5 episodes? I don't think she was in the first episode. No, she wasn't. She only had 5 episodes, and I mean, and she was never really a front, in the front lines. She was a background character. Uh, but I mean, it is what it is. Number 7 is Tyrese. Now, I don't hate Tyrese as some other people do, but I don't love him as others do. He, I will say that I actually liked him for a season, but after the attack on the prison in season 4, when Herschel died, when Tyrese's death in the comics would have happened, and in the comics did happen, he just got boring after a while. Maybe it was like, I don't know if it was, it's probably the writing, because they really didn't have anything to do with him. I mean, Tyrese, compared to his comic book character, he wasn't very good. I mean, he wasn't bad, but like I said, compared to his comic book counterpart, he just wasn't. He didn't live up to the hype. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Number 6 is Mitch. Mitch was stupid. I'm sorry. He his brother got killed by the governor, and even after he finds out, he still joins the governor. You're gonna join the guy who just killed your brother? Comparing the two henchmen of the governor, Mitch and Martinez, Martinez was better. So much better. So much better. Uh, I just didn't see the point of Mitch at all. I mean, it would have made more sense to have Martinez fill that uh, role still. And then maybe during the attack, the governor governor uh, orders him to do something. Martinez doesn't do it for some reason, and he kills him. Then the governor can still kill Martinez. That'll be fine. I don't really care. But the way Martinez went out, it was just stupid to me. His death in the comics was a lot better for me, anyways. I don't know if you guys agree with it or not. Number 5 is Dale. Now Dale is another like Tyrese, where I didn't hate him, but I didn't love him either. He was he got annoying at some parts during the show with especially in the back half of season 2 with the Randall stuff going on. But I mean, it's another one of those things where the Dale in the show was not even close to the Dale in the comics. The Dale in the comics was a lot, what's the word? Tougher. A lot more. What's the word? I know there's a word for it. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. Uh, Maybe that's the best way to say. I can't think of any other way to. Maybe you guys will can figure out another better way to put it. But I mean, in the comics, Dale wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. He wasn't a back seat kind of character like he is in like he was in the show. He wasn't talking about hope at all in the comics, as far as I can remember. He was just a lot more disgruntled, and yeah, I mean, disgruntled might be the best word to describe him. But yeah, Dell's number 4. My number 4 is Noah. He was only in what? He wasn't even in a full season. He was in maybe 7 episodes, if that, around there, no more. But he wasn't in that many episodes. The episodes he was in, he was the reason Carol got run over. He was the reason Beth got shot. He was the reason Tyrese got killed. He was the reason of, and I mean they do all this crap surrounding him, caused by him, indirectly or directly. And they tease that he's going to be this good character with Reg giving Noah the plans to advance the walls because of what Reg would eventually, his fate was sealed, so he had to give his knowledge to somebody to, help Alexandria in the future. And they give Noah the plans to upgrade the walls of Alexandria. And they kill him. If I'm not mistaken, they kill him later on in that episode. The only good thing I can come up with about Noah is after his death, it caused some friction between Glenn and Nicholas. Glenn and Nicholas. That was the only decent thing I can come up with about the character of Noah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Noah was just a waste of a character in my opinion. There is no character or no kid in a show that I've hated more than Sam. Oh. That is the only time in the show's history that I can remember that I have cheered for a kid when a kid dies. Yeah, that's a little messed up to say, but I just hated Sam. He was just annoying. I hated him more than I hated Ron. I hated him more than I hated Lizzie. I hated him more than I hated Carl in the first couple of seasons. Really, after the third season, that's when I started to like Carl because he started to get an edge on him. But I hated Sam more than I hated Lizzie, more than I hated Ron, more than I hated some other kids in the show. Those are the only kids I can think of. I know there's so many others. But yeah, I just hated Sam. I was so glad when when he died. And by the way, I know I'm sure most of these people, the people who play these characters, are nice in real life and all that. I'm not talking about the people. I'm not talking. They're playing a character. They're playing a role. I'm talking about the actual character. So I want to make that clear. No, I don't hate any of these people in real life. I don't know them. I've never met them. So I don't know. So go ahead and make that clear. Yeah, Sam is number 3. Number 2. Now the top 2 are usually the same for every list when this topic is brought up. It's always the first 2 you think of, but the ranking of the 2, which one is number 1, that's always debated between Walking Dead fans. In my case, I'm going number 2, Laurie. She was the reason Shane died. Oh man, I hated Laurie. If it wasn't for her, Shane would still be alive. I was tempted to make a joke during the. I actually did, but I cut it for some reason. I don't remember why. But I made a joke in the ranking Walking Dead villains, and I made a joke that Laurie was number 1, and I cut it for some reason, but I can't remember why. It's probably just because it didn't turn out the way I wanted or something. I don't remember, but I was gonna make a joke saying Laurie was the number 1 Walking Dead villain because she killed Shane, and if Shane would still be alive, he would help a whole lot in this war. The character of Laurie, she was mainly there to cause friction between Rick and Shane. When Shane died, Laurie did, because there was no real reason to keep her around. But my number one, it's Andrea. Who else? Like I said, Laurie and Andrea are the two most common uh, characters that people bring up in this type of video. But Andrea was such a great character in the comics. Awesome character in the comics. And they screw her up. They screw her up. I mean, I don't know. I do not know how much of this character's fault was the writing, and how much of the fault was Laurie Holden's, who's the actress who plays her. I don't know who was at fault here, but somebody screwed Andrea up big time, because Andrea, in my opinion, she's a way better character than Michonne in the comics. She not the TV show, not the TV show version, not the TV show version. The Andrea in the comics. Andrea in the comics is a much better character than Michonne in the comics. Andrea is in probably my top 5 Walking Dead characters in the comics. I love Andrea in the comics. She's one of the best characters in the whole series of the comics. But in the show, they just screwed her up big time. I don't know what it was. It was even before the whole governor stuff happened. I mean, that was a big part of it, don't get me wrong. The governor love story that she had going on for the 3rd season, that was a big part of it. But it was before the governor crap happened with Andrea not fulfilling her capability, I guess. She just wasn't, like, I can remember the first episode of season 2. Like, okay, I actually liked. I'm gonna go down my little history of my feelings towards Andrea in the TV show. I actually liked Andrea in the first 5 episodes of season 1, maybe 5. I'm not sure about that, but before the whole CDC explosion happened, after the CDC, I can't remember if I liked her in that season finale or not, but I mean, I actually enjoyed Andrea in season 1 as a whole. I'll say that I enjoyed Andrea as a whole in season 1. I thought she was great. I thought it was a great beginning to a fantastic character. And then season 2 happened, and from the first episode, when the Walker herd is coming down on the highway, and everybody has to hide underneath their cars or in their cars or whatever, and Andrea is stuck in the RV bathroom, and she struggles to take out one freaking Walker. One, not 100, not 10, one Walker. She can't take out one Walker, and she's supposed to be this badass sharpshooter. How? And yeah, that's the beginning. Okay, I'll give you that. But it continues in the whole season. It continues in the whole season. Oh my God, just... They just wasted what was supposed to be one of the greatest characters on the TV show. And I mean, at the very end, it was looking like maybe she's gonna have that turn. Maybe that she's gonna have that badass reveal that she is going to become that character. right when I started thinking that, she died. Yeah, that's why I think Andrea. That's why I think Andrea is the worst Walking Dead character in the TV show. Let me know your list in the comments below, whether you want to rank them or just write them down, whatever you want to do. Let me know some of your least favorite characters in the Walking Dead TV show in the comments below. As always, like me on Facebook at JMash97, follow me on Twitter at JMash97, follow me on Instagram at JMash_97. All those social media links are in the description below. Mash out.